Good evening, everybody. Give us some ones to let us know that you're here, guys and gals. And welcome, welcome, welcome. There we go, Eddie. Let's start out, everybody. Richie Rich. I know Richie Rich. Everybody tell us where we're joining from. That's how we like to start the evening. We'll give everybody a few minutes to pile in. There we
Pennsylvania,
go. Pete, start reading them off. This is your thing.
Dallas, San Diego, let's go. Tampa, Costa Rica, Vermont, Michigan, Chicago, Columbia, Tennessee, Georgia, the UK, Nova Scotia, Vegas, Montreal, and San Antonio, Australia, Lake Tahoe. Everyone's somewhere I would love to be. Texas, except Texas. Sorry, guys. There's one
Why, it
place-
was cold. It actually got cold in Texas today. It was like a 35-degree switch from yesterday to today, right,
Sure.
my Texans?
Yeah, Tunisia, Northern California, Puerto Rico, Miami, the Netherlands, Ohio. Welcome, everybody. Really happy you're here.
We'll give everybody a couple more minutes to pile in. We'll do some intros, tell you guys what we're here for tonight. Then we're going to get right to our special guest, Mr. Dan Ives. If you people don't know who Dan is, he is probably the best tech analyst on the face of the planet. We'll get to pick his brain a little bit in a few minutes. Love Tuchman and Green, two great guys. Who said that?
Nice.
Marcus, did you cash the check we sent you? Thank you for that.
Obviously, he's had a couple of Coco Locos already. Okay, cool.
Wall Street Trapper. Oh, yeah, next question, guys. How is everybody coming to be with us tonight? Are we Pete's Instagram? Are we Top Step? Are we Twitter? Are we TikTok? Top Step, Top Step, Top Step, Top Step, Top Step.
Big Pete's X, Pete's Twitter, Wall Street Global.
Global, Top Step.
NYIF, New York.
For those who aren't familiar, guys, Top Step Trading is a futures trading platform. We have moved to a significant amount of our trading is in futures because of the low barrier to entry. We'll talk about that a little bit later on also. X, Top Step. Welcome, everybody. All right, for those of you who don't know, let's get to quick introductions, and then we'll talk about why we're here. Then we're going to go to Peter. Peter will do his introduction till about 9:30, and then we'll get to business after that.
Yeah.
Welcome, all my Top Step peeps. Yeah. So my name is David Green. For those of you who don't know, I've been trading in the markets for about a long time. I think 37 years now. Me and Peter started working together on the floor of the New York Stock Exchange in 1985. Peter will tell you that Robinhood's going to add futures to its app. Very nice. Peter will tell you he went to high school with Alexander Hamilton in a couple of minutes. He's been around for a long time. So the reason we are here tonight, guys, is a few things. How many people in the room are actively trading? Give me some ones if everybody is actively trading. Give me some ones. Going to be probably everybody.
Good.
Okay. So I started on the floor of Stock Exchange in 1985. I started as a runner on the floor of the exchange. I became a broker in 1990. And 10 years after that, I retired when I was 38 years old. I have done nothing but trade for myself since the day I left the Florida Stock Exchange. I will tell you very unsuccessfully at first. I had no idea what I was doing, even though all I've ever done my whole life was trade. I barely get out of high school. I didn't go to college. Only thing I know how to do is trade. But when I left the Florida Stock Exchange, I had no idea what technical analysis was. And every trade I get in was just based on my ego, and I would buy stocks until I lost so much money that I felt like throwing up. And finally, I had to figure out how to use technical analysis. Me and Pete started the Wall Street Global Trading Academy about 5 years ago during the pandemic. When, what was it, Pete, like 40 million new retail traders signed up to trade?
Yeah, easily 40 million.
Yeah, like 40 million new traders signed up to trade, 39 million of which probably went broke within a year. So that's the reason we started the academy, try to teach people how to trade. We teach people how to trade. We not only teach people how to trade, we mentor them. Anyone who becomes part of our family, we give lifetime mentorship to. So a few things that I want to talk about tonight. Of everybody who said one that are actively trading, how many people are struggling? Give me some twos if you're struggling with your trading.
Okay.
Chaka-laka-laka. Just as many ones as there are twos. A couple of 1.5s. All right. So the main reason we do these webinars once a month, still don't have my Lambo. Well, there's plenty of guys out there with Lambos that you can follow. I can tell you that right now, right? 99% of them are full of shit, but they're out there.
Yeah. They got Lambos.
This is a marathon, not a sprint, guys and girls. So the things that I want to cover tonight, we want to give you as much useful information as we possibly can in the couple of hours that we're here tonight. We are going to talk about psychology. We're going to give you some very simple rules for trading. We're going to talk about technical analysis. I'll share with you guys all the technicals that I use for short-term trading, long-term trading, options, stocks. We'll share that all with you. We will take questions from everybody, any questions that they have about futures. We don't want to really get into individual stocks. I'll let Dan talk about a few of them when he starts talking. Look, all the mistakes that day traders make are the same exact thing, right? We'll get into that in a little bit. All right, Pete, let's get right into it. Introduce yourself. Then we'll introduce Dan. We'll start talking about some tech stocks and some technicals in them and whatever else it is that Mr. Ives is lucky enough to talk to us about tonight. All yours, Pete. Do not take an hour.
Got you, baby. Hi, I'm Peter Tuchman, Einstein of Wall Street. Welcome, everybody. I'm honored and humbled to be here with my two close friends, David Green, who I started on Wall Street with in 1985, and my good friend and associate Dan Ives, who's the #1 tech analyst in the world, bar none. So I've got in front of me the #1 technical analyst in the world and the #1 technical analyst in the world. One is a technical analyst from a trading perspective, and one is from an analyst perspective. So I've been trading on the floor since 85. I started as a teletypist. I moved up to be a broker by 1988, and I've done all kinds of different things. Obviously, over the last number of years, I've sort of pivoted to do a lot of social media and public speaking and education, trying to share this gift. You know, David and I always say that for us, trading in the market is just like being in the Super Bowl every day. And I know Dan and I have often said that. We've found something we love to do, ladies and gentlemen. Dan loves what he does in analyzing stocks for Wedbush, and David Green and I love analyzing stocks from the trading perspective. We also have taken it upon ourselves. We are motivated to try and share something we love with everybody, right? This is not an easy game. Learning how to day trade this market is really not an easy game. There's not a lot of people out there who are going to give you ideas about a get-rich-quick scheme and give you signal services and all that kind of stuff. That's not who we are. We're here to try and give you a toolbox, fill it with tools that can help you learn how to become a day trader and become a successful one. 9 out of 10 day traders do not succeed. All those people on Instagram posting pictures lying on the back of a Lambo with $10,000 stacks of bills are basically full of BS, right? Most of them probably blew up their accounts and they're just desperate to show off their ego. That's not what we're about. We're educators. We're here to motivate and inspire you. So Dan Ives met recently, last not probably 6 months. Dan recently was noted as the best dressed man on Wall Street. You can tell he's a bit of a sparky dude, right? And as am I. We're not sort of those crusty guys you may see on some of the other media stations. But Dan and I sort of have a similar perspective on how to really share and give you guys access to what's going on Wall Street. We make the story about why stocks go up and down, why sectors do what they do. And obviously for Dan, specifically the tech sector, make it accessible and fun. Right? That's the whole point of this thing. We want you guys to have fun doing what we're doing. So that's why we're here tonight. So I'm humbled to have my close friend, David Green, who runs a private trading room, who's partnered with me in Wall Street Global, which is an academy with thousands of students teaching people psychology of trading and technical analysis. And my friend, Dan Ives, he and I have a YouTube channel called Einstein and Ives, where we talk tech, talk Tesla, talk NVIDIA, just talk. Once a week, trying to give you guys a nice inside view on what's happening in the market. So we're honored and humbled for me to be with these two gentlemen, also to have Dan come and join us tonight, because we know, look, think about it. The market's on fire. The last number of years, literally 48 hours ago, the market was trading across every indices at record highs. Obviously, tech has been a big part of that. David Green called NVIDIA at 108 in February 23. Dan Ives called NVIDIA at 108 in 23. I didn't call anybody. I was at home having a Coco Loco. But anyway, the tech sector has been one of the grandest, right, part of this amazing revolution. Dan will call it a revolution, right? We're in the midst of a major tech revolution in the stock market. And so I'm going to not bother you too much more. I'm going to pass it to my man, Dan, who's going to just give us a little background on what he does, what he's looking at. He goes around the world talking to the insiders about what's going on in their companies. And he goes on TV all over the world talking about what's happening in tech. That is his specialty, and he has an amazing feel for it. So we are just honored to have you here with us, Dan. Thanks so much for coming.
Yeah, thanks. No, it's great to be here, and look forward to speaking. Look, and Peter and I talk about this a lot. I've covered tech almost 25 years on Wall Street. So, started covering tech and during the bubble, late 90s, and then obviously the burst, and then really ever since. And I think by doing that, it gives you perspective in terms of covering names, understanding trends, and really trying to ultimately, we spend all of our time focused on the winners, the disruptive trends. And also, I think in these markets, especially the last few years, there's a lot of opportunity because look, the bears, they don't see disruptive trends in their spreadsheets and in their hibernation modes, right? Like when they're in their bear caves. And I believe right now this is a once in a 40-year cycle. I think the AI revolution, it's something that we see, it's $1 trillion of incremental capex. It's obviously led by Godfather of AI, Jensen, NVIDIA. But what we're really starting to see now is hyperscale players like Microsoft, Amazon, Google. That's sort of the next step in terms of a lot of these cloud players really starting to see more and more monetization. I think the second, third, fourth derivatives of AI is really what we focused on. What are the names that play into that? Some of our favorite names like Palantir, obviously names like Oracle, in cybersecurity, names like CrowdStrike, Zscaler, or Palo Alto, among many others. When it comes to disruptive themes, look, Tesla, despite obviously going through choppiness here, has been really over the last decade one of our favorite names. I continue to believe they're actually going into the next phase of growth when it comes to autonomous. We were at Robotaxi Day last week, and we could talk about that. And then finally, I just say Apple. Our view is this is the start of a consumer-led, AI-driven super cycle. I think 20% of the world is going to ultimately access AI through Apple, through their devices. It starts with the iPhone 16. And I believe a year from now, probably less, we have $3-4 trillion market caps, NVIDIA, Microsoft, and Apple. So I'll stop there, but I just to sort of give you a sense of how I'm thinking about things. I continue to believe AI, we are in the second inning of a 9-inning game.
Awesome. Thank you, Dan. So listen, I'm just jumping for a second. So David, obviously the names that are some of the biggest movers that the technical analysts like David Green follow and trade with his group, and we trade with our students, are these names like Palantir, like NVIDIA. Those have been the highest flying names. We have stocks that are minimum average of 1 million shares a day. We have stocks that are incredibly volatile, stocks that have been part of this incredible revolution that you described, Dan. So David will look at it. You're looking at more from a fundamental point of view. Dave looks at it from a technical point of view. So I think I'm just going to let David sort of pick up. I'm sure over the last week, with the trend that we've seen in Tesla, over the last bit of the pain that we've had for the last 7 days, with the incredible rally that we've seen time and time again with NVIDIA. I know it's one of their favorite stocks to trade. I'm sure they've been in Palantir over the incredible rise over the last month and a half as it's gone from 27 to 44. So these are the kind of names that are perfect from a technical analysis point of view, as well as your fundamental thing. So let's let Dave sort of pick up a couple.
100%. And thank you, Dan.
Yeah, go for it, Dave.
Yeah, so I have a daily chart up of Palantir. And first of all, I can tell you when this was $8 at some point, Dan? I think it was. If I go back far enough.
This was when this went from an elementary school student to what's now, I think, on its way to a senior citizen.
Yeah. I'm going back a few years and I see 14. But I want to show you guys where the spot that I first woke up to it and got involved in. and it was on their earnings report, a couple of earnings reports back.
Yeah.
And the stock went from 27 down to 21,
Yep.
22, 21.75.
And let me just say, like right there, it's a good example. You know, Peter and I talk about this a lot. There's so many opportunities if you sometimes tune out the noise and just understand, like, has anything changed in the story? Why is the stock down? Is this changing the long-term view? When you look at what happened there, that was basically like conservative guidance. I remember, like, for that next week, just defending the name, being like, look, it's a sandbag special the way that they're setting this thing up. You got downgrades, everyone, like, the story's over. And to some extent, we came out of that quarter actually feeling more bullish, even though the stock was down 20%. It's just a good example of, like, I mean, I could tell you 3 years ago, 90% of Wall Street, Jensen, why are you investing in AI? You're a gaming company. 3.5 trillion. 10 years ago, Nadella, why invest in cloud? Your window, your micro, 2.5 trillion later. Apple, your smartphone, your hardware. Well, why you focus on services? And obviously all-time high yesterday. My whole point is the opportunities in this market, just even like yesterday, like ASML. ASML is a legacy, it's essentially a legacy chip piece related to Intel, in no way related to what I've used, the AI trade, NVIDIA. We've been in Asia 2 times in the last 7 weeks. Demand's outstripping supply 15-1. So when something like that happens, it's creates opportunities, in my opinion.
100%. And I guarantee you this day, there were more analysts downgrading this and
Oh
telling you to
my
stay
God.
away from it than there were anyone
It was a
telling you to buy.
downgrade festival.
That's always the case.
Downgrade festival. And the Bears were all coming out of hibernation mode, yelling fire in a crowd theater. And as I tell Tuchman, I like when I actually get worried because sometimes when I don't hear from Bears, I get worried about them, because they go away. I get nervous. And it's good. They come back out of hibernation mode, and I think that's what makes a market bull bear. But in my view, like, tech continues to rip higher. We're in a 1995, almost 1996 moment, not a 1999 bubble moment.
I agree.
And I believe this is like a 2-year tech bull market left.
Yeah, and there's going to be pullbacks, guys and girls, but I look at these pullbacks as an opportunity. Peter always says when something goes on sale, that's not when you run away from it. But if you guys look on my chart, okay, and my 200 EMA, this is purely technical, is my strongest moving average, okay? They go in order of strength, 9, 15, 30, 65, and 200. This is where I got people involved in the stock, and it was purely for a technical reason. I don't think I've ever bought this stock before, but it exactly hit my 200 EMA that day after it went down, whatever it was, 7 or 8 points, 20, 30%.
Yeah, that was right after the quarter.
Yeah, and it did not break that by more than, I don't think, 50 cents. And if you look from there, I mean, it's just been off to the races. Do I still have all the stock from $21 or $22? Of course not, because I'm a trader at heart. I'm always going to take some profits on stocks, but until it gives me a technical reason to get out of it, I'm still going to be in some. And this just has not given any technical reason to get out of this trade. Is it a little frothy up here? Probably. Can we get a little pullback from here? Probably. But I would look at it as an opportunity to add to the trade, not to run away from it. But that was just a spectacular spot. I mean, I've owned Apple since 1985. The first bonus I ever got on the Florida New York Stock Exchange, I think it was $3,000, whatever the heck it was. It was huge money for me back then because I was making about $97 a week, I think. So it was big for me. And I bought some Apple. I still own Apple to this day. I sold some yesterday when we got near to 230, whatever it was, 237 and change. I sold some yesterday. Do I look like a genius because it pulled back today? It's just prudent investing, right? Even Warren Buffett sells stocks from time to time. It's good to trim. We are going to get pullbacks in this thing, but this is just a spectacular looking chart.
But also just to go through, like, so I just want to give you like an example of just how, remember this is fundamentally, right? Like in terms of how I view it. I remember flying to Japan. I'm on the plane. Buffett cuts half his Apple position. It was a Saturday. Right away, everyone's like, Buffett knows something. Oh, Apple, this is okay. I literally land in Tokyo. And then that's when like yen carry trade thing happens on Tokyo on Black Monday. So I remember I'm there, I'm like, oh my God, Nikkei, it's like down 10, 12%. So basically, like in that moment, it's like, and then there's like geopolitical, like, in terms of Middle East. So it's like, Fed is fed too late. Remember, there's like the Fed missed the mark
Yeah.
Okay. So you have all that happening. And from my view, like the reason like we've handheld investors around the world, right, for whatever, 25 years in tech, I just view things like AI is not stopping because the yen like a carry trade is unwinding. Like, there's like, it's not stopping that. And when all of a sudden so many of those names are down 15, 18, 20%, Apple's getting crushed along with the Buffett news, you look at things and you're like, okay, nothing fundamentally has changed. Our thesis hasn't changed. These are the pound the table moments. But in those moments, everyone white knuckles, right? Like there's this is it, bubble of all bubbles. But I'm just saying, it just gives like a little sense, right? And I remember spending that whole night in Japan overnight, like just kind of hand holding everyone. It's like those are the moments the opportunities happen.
Correct. Beautiful.
Yeah, 100%. And here's a weekly chart of Apple, guys and girls. And anytime we've had a major pullback, and again, purely technical for me, to one of my moving averages.
Can you go to early August, like when Buffett, right about Tokyo
right
Black
there.
Monday, when Buffett.
August 5th.
August 5th.
Exactly there, Dan.
Yeah.
And look what it did.
Yeah.
Technically, right? We came down, technically. We went from $236. This is my 30 EMA on a weekly chart. And I don't think we went $1 below that. And that was at $197. So
Right.
From there, you're talking about, 15, 20% in what? A month, 2 months? Technically, it came down to one of our levels and exactly held that level. So, again, I'm a big technical guy. Any of my long-term holdings, I look for things like this to add. And that's why it's prudent to sell some on the way up so you add back when you get big pullbacks in these things.
And I would just add, like, let's say even like, Thursday night being a Tesla's robotaxi event, we come out of that, and look, we've gone to thousands of these types of events. We come out of that being like, autonomous is real. Like, does it lack details in terms of like Musk laying out some of the details? Yes. But in terms of like cybercab, autonomous, the strategy, what I ultimately view as Optimus from a robotics perspective, FSD unsupervised Texas, and California, the initial sort of reaction is scarce on news, negative, stock down. I disagree. I walk away from there being like, as someone that's been to Apple iPhone launch 2007, seeing everything from NVIDIA, Microsoft, Oracle, AOL, Time Warner. The point is, like, after seeing it, I think that's a historical. It's the start of a new chapter at Tesla. But yet, like, look what the stock does. And I've seen that in Tesla for the last, decade, but especially last 5-6 years, in those types of reactions.
Guys, you know what? I'm going to tell you one thing to the audience here. You're seeing an amazing paradox here between these two gentlemen. David Green is a technical analyst, okay, who strictly day trades the market based on moving averages, support and resistance. Dan Ives is a technical analyst who bases his on the fundamentals, who goes in and looks in the nooks and crannies of the company and makes judgments about. He is there to advise millions of people for the company he works for, whether to buy, sell, or hold these stocks. We, ladies and gentlemen, who are on this call are day traders. I'm sure you all have your investment accounts, and that's a whole nother thing. But there's a difference between their perspective. Yet at the same time, it's so fascinating to listen to the two of them. David will get involved in a stock because the charts tell him to do so. Dan Ives will then have to analyze and defend his position about stocks based on the fundamentals. And so you're seeing David going, I don't really, it goes up, it goes down. That's what stocks do, right? But when it hits the support level, I'm here to buy it. And when the chart tells me to sell it, I get out. And when the chart tells me it's overbought and it's setting up for a short side, I will do that. Dan Ives is here to say, look, I'm looking at the long-term game. It's the second inning of a 9-inning game. This is the story. If nothing fundamentally has
9:30 p.m.
What's that, Dan?
p.m. and the AI part goes to 4 a.m.
It's
Yeah,
the early.
and listen, guys, this market, anytime this market has ever had a so-called crash or correction, it's been nothing but a buying opportunity. I am very bullish over the long term in the market. I always have been, because there's no such thing as a crash. Go back 150 years, every time we've had one, it's just been a buying opportunity. COVID being the latest example, me and Peter were screaming from the rooftops that this is a generational buying opportunity when that was going on.
Yep.
So those are the times when you build into your positions. Yeah, we concentrate more on short-term trading. That's what we do. I have lots of stocks that I hold that are long-term, that they're good fundamentally, so that's why I'm in them, right?
Yeah. And I'm gonna go, but I just want to say just one thing.
Thanks, Dan.
Like Google down because of antitrust. There's a better chance of me playing in the college football playoffs than Google getting broken up. So the point is, it's like I view that as, like, from a large cap perspective, probably one of the most undervalued names relative to our view of AI, where they play on search advertising. But why is it down? Because worries about breakup. So I'm just saying, like, that's a good near-term example of like what's happening right there. But look, I just have to go. But I just want to say, like, I hope this is, I look forward to doing this again, and it's awesome. Just hopefully that gives you just a little sense how I'm thinking about things.
Love you, Dan. Thanks so much for coming.
Appreciate it, Dan. Thank you
See
so
you guys.
much.
Bye, guys.
This was a real treat.
All right, let's get down to business.
All right, just give me some ones if everybody enjoyed that little segment. There's two different ways of looking at everything, right, guys and gals? Most of us here are shorter term traders, right? Most of us here are shorter term traders. I want to show you guys technically, and then we're going to start getting into the weeds. When this happened in Tesla, guys and girls, okay, when they made this announcement overnight, I want everybody to look at my 200 EMA. And my 200 EMA was at $214. This is the day that this happened. The low of this day was $213.86. It broke our 200 EMA by 14 cents and went up $10 the same day from that level. So that's what I'm talking about, technicals. These are the opportunities that I look for. We bought that stock that morning when it hit this level. By the way, if it broke through that considerably, I would have had a stop order and I would have been wrong on the trade.
Correct.
Which is something that we're going to start talking about now. I would have been wrong on the trade. But when the stock goes down $45 in a couple of days and hits a 200 EMA, which is my strongest moving average, it didn't break it by 50 cents, and we were off to the races from there. So that's why I love technical analysis. Roman, can you share all of the technical analysis that we use? And we'll get into that in a little bit, okay? I want to share everything that I use with everybody, all of our moving averages, everything that we use. We'll pop them up there. And this is, look, I don't have the holy grail of technical analysis. I can tell you that out of our last 50 trades, and I wish there was some people in the room, there probably are, we have made money on 43 out of our last 50 trades. That's 86%. And percentages don't mean anything, guys and girls, okay? Because I know people who can make money on 90% of their trades and still lose money because they don't manage the trades correctly once they get into the trades. They have no idea what to do. So this is a process. It takes time. Nothing happens overnight. But I want to just talk about a few things. And I got the futures up right now, guys and girls, in case something's going on here. If something sets up, we'll make a trade, and I'll explain exactly what we're doing. Well, look at the NQs, guys. We went down to 76, and we just went up to 22, hit our 65 EMA, and went down 10 points. Technicals, that was a reason to short it when we got right there. We'll get more into that. But it's weird how we're flopping around here. How many people in the room are trading futures? Give me some ones. I'm sure it's almost everybody or a lot of people. If you are not, in our course, we have a 90-slide presentation on how to trade futures. I am on Top Step TV for 2 hours on every Wednesday. The reason we want people to get involved in trading futures is because of the low barrier to entry. You don't need $25,000. You don't need $5,000. You can open up an account with as little as $50. And we walk you through exactly how to do that in the course. All right, let's talk about some very simple rules that are going to make you a 50% better trader than you were when you walked in here. I just want to say thank you. I got your course a few months ago and have been profitable every day. Oh, my God. For a stay-at-home mom with 2 small kids, this is gold. All the best to you. Oh, my God.
Love you.
Guys,
Love you.
this is why me and Peter do what we do, because trust me when I tell you, we don't make a lot of money doing this, okay? I think we make about $8 every time we sell a course. We do this because we love to do it. I do it because I want to be able to, and a lot of people say this, and they're full of crap. We put our money where our mouth is. I want to be able to get people to be able to figure out how to do this. And the way we put our money where our mouth is by charging a ridiculous low price for the things that we do and mentoring you for life once you become part of our family. So we are here for you. I'm not going to say 24/7, but sometimes it works out to be that.
Thank you, Natasha. That was beautifully said. We really appreciate it.
We really appreciate it.
Don't know how much that means to us.
Yeah, that's beautiful. All right, let's talk about some simple rules that are going to make you a better trader before you get out of here tonight, okay? Then we'll get into some technical analysis. We'll answer. Try to keep questions, and don't hesitate with questions, guys. I took the boot camp last month, and it has been extremely beneficial to my trading. Thank you, Keisha. You guys can pop up questions as we're going. There's almost 300 of us in here. Try to keep the questions to what we're talking about, okay? But we'll get to every single question that everybody asks, right? We have Thursday night mentorship meetings with our course where we get together for a couple hours every Thursday night, and we go over trades. We talk about what problems anybody is having, and we try to get everybody on the path to profitability. All right. Rule number 1, guys and girls, and I don't care if I'm trading stops or options. Every time I get into a trade, sometimes we do, Nick, I'll talk about it. Boom, boom. When are we going to have a pool party? Every time I get into a trade, I do not trade Forex, Hastings. That's the only thing that I do not trade. I looked into it a couple of times. I'm not comfortable with it. I don't understand the rules of the game. And, someone told me a long time ago, don't play a game that you don't understand the rules to.
Correct.
And it's just not something that I ever got into. So I couldn't tell you if our technicals would work. What I would say is bop them all on your charts, right? And journal a bunch of trades and see if they work. By the way, guys and girls, we show you exactly how to set up your charts so they look exactly like ours. Yes, we do options trading. We do longer-term options trading, and we do day trading in options also.
We do futures.
And the technicals work for that. It's just a different kind of setup, Simon, Simran, but they work for that too. It's a little different. We got to buy options that are close to expiration and close to the money when we hit one of our technicals, right? Same thing. So if we look here real quick, guys, we got up to 23, hit our 65 EMA, and just took 10 points out of the NQs. For those of you who aren't familiar with futures, one contract, 10 points, $200 in the NQs. I've been in David's room before. Can't recognize. He's the absolute best technical. Just have gratitude. Thank you, Lover. All right. Everybody that we paid to say kind things, keep the money. You don't have to say anything anymore.
Thank you.
Jorge, it is perfect for people who have never traded before.
Yeah.
It tells you everything from the language of the stock market right through. We actually geared it towards beginning traders, and we've just added to it and added to it and added to it and added to it. Okay? So, yeah, it is 100% for beginning traders. And by the way, guys and girls, we give a money-back guarantee also. You don't like it, we give you money back in 30 days.
You can look, you guys, you can be a retail trader who's struggling. You can be somebody who doesn't know anything about stocks. As Dave says, we don't know a stock from a sock. You can be somebody who's been doing this for a while and just have not been able to get your feet back in the game since COVID. We're in a different world, ladies and gentlemen, right? You're seeing stocks go up and down $50 at a clip. ASML yesterday leaked their earnings, claiming it was a technical mistake. The stock was down $146. In our experience, David and I have been doing this for 30 plus years. Never before did you have stocks move the way these are. First of all, their valuations are incredibly frothy. The price of these stocks, I can walk around the floor of the stock exchange and see 60% of these stocks that are trading over $100 a share. That was never the case. You can have stocks come out with earnings and they go up and down $50, $60, $80. That's why I always say, if you're going to trade some of these names, that's why we use price action and technical analysis to determine entry points into stocks. Because if you have an opinion, you can have the right opinion, but the way the stock trades, post earnings or post Federal Reserve, you're going to be lucky for $1 or wrong for $50. The market is not very forgiving. People keep thinking, well, the bottom line, it just went up $300. Why? So that volatility is happening on both sides. So don't think it's happening to you. It's happening. That's the bottom line. And if you protect yourself, and Dave's going to give you the rules, if you listen to the next 5 rules Dave lays down, you're going to be a 50% better trader. Go for it, Dave.
If you follow me. And by the way, guys and girls, the charts that I have up here, okay, this is the easier part of trading. This is the easier part to learn. I have not had anyone who has ever taken our course, and thousands of people have, that have failed because of the technical analysis. We teach you how to read the charts. It's not that difficult. It takes time. It's not that difficult. People simply fail because of what we're going to talk about for the next 10 or 15 minutes. Okay? That's why they fail. Guys, I'm keeping track of all your questions. We're going to get to them. Let me just get through a few things that I want to talk about. All right. Every single trade that I do, the first thing I do is put a stop order out. For those of you who don't understand what that is, a stop order is something that limits the amount you can lose when you get into a trade. That's what a stop order is. We base our stop orders, they're different for stocks than they are for futures, and I'll talk about both. We'll start with talking about stocks. 90% of the stocks that I get into, I am going to use my ATR, or my average true range, to set my stop order. We set up our charts so that it tells you what the average true range is on any stock that we're looking at. Usually, NVIDIA, Tesla, all the big stocks that we trade, the ATRs are usually within 50 cents or $1. So if I get into a trade in NVIDIA, I'll go over the trade we did this morning. And usually, most stocks that we get into for a trade, we're going to have $1 stop. That means if I buy NVIDIA here at 131.60, which we did this morning, and it goes $1 against me, I'm going to have a stop order that automatically takes me out of that trade. I got in for a technical reason. It did not work. Now, when I'm trading a stock that has an ATR of $1, I really can't expect to make more than $1 on that trade. So you have to have realistic expectations once you get into a trade also. We don't get into a trade expecting to make $20 on it when the average move over the last 15 candlesticks has been 50 cents. So the way we make a little more on that is by being a little more aggressive when these stocks hit. Example, if I bought 100 shares in NVIDIA at 131.60 and I made 50 cents on $1 on the trade, which we did in about 10 minutes, okay? ATR is something that automatically goes into your charts, Ranji. We tell you how to set it up, but you can find it in, it's actually a code that we wrote. And I don't mind sharing it, Roman, if you can find just the code for the ATR, which, by the way, Roman, when we set up my charts, I don't have it back up there again. We got to fix that. But when you're trading stocks, you have to know what the ATR is, because that's what you're going to base your, I'll look at that in a minute, Steve. That's what you're going to base your stop order on. I will never change my stop order. If it starts going against me, I'm going to take my loss. Okay? I'm going to take my loss. How many people in the room are not using stop orders when they're trading, whether it's futures, stocks, or options? Give me some ones and be honest.
How many are not using
stop orders?
Wow, it's too many. Why? Yeah, why? God almighty.
All right. Of those of you that are not using stop orders, are we losing a lot of money? Are we losing a lot more than we make? Give me some ones.
Okay. We can stop that going forward. Starting right now, all of you people who are answering that, going forward, never, ever, ever again are you to get into a trade without having a stop order. That is David's number one rule. The only way to blow up a trading account is by averaging into a stock or not having a stop order. What an amazing tool that the stock market gives you to be able to identify your downside risk. It's the greatest tool in the box, ladies and gentlemen. You can get into a trade, okay, and you can protect your downside risk, 50 cents or $1, identifying how much you're willing to lose. Look, am I willing to lose $50 to make $200? Yes, every day. But I'm not willing to risk $200 to make 50. Because if I have one losing trade, I need 4 winners to break even. That is not good business sense. That's why going forward, I need everybody to commit to us right now that you will have a stop order using the ATR or 1% of the price of the stock on smaller stocks on every trade you do. And you never move that stop order if the stock's price starts heading towards it. Take your loss and move on. If you get stopped out, take your loss and move on. But if you start making money, Dave will explain it. Use a trailing stop. I'll let him do that.
Okay. Stops are a little different in options, no question about it. Now, I like this one. Let me just go to this for a minute. I actively manage my trades with psychological stops. All right. This happened in the NQs today, guys, which is the futures. And don't get too hung up on between a future and a stock. There isn't a lot of difference, okay? Exactly, Raji. These things are so volatile that when you go to put in a market order to get out of the NQs when it's doing like this, you might sell it down 30 points. So you might have a psychological stop when this starts going down, but your actual stop when it starts going down can wipe out a trading account in 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Again, that's why I highly suggest using stop orders. And I'm going to talk about the ones for stocks and for futures. They're different, okay? Let me just get through these few things, and then we'll go answer some of the questions that you guys asked, all right? Because this is mega, mega important. Mega important. When I am in a trade, whatever trade it is, and let's say it's NVIDIA. Once I have NVIDIA, half of my profit, a 50-cent profit on the stock, I am now going to raise my stop up. This is think or swim, yes, Christina. Once I have, everybody listen very carefully. Once I have a 50-cent profit in NVIDIA and I've got to half of my goal, I am selling half of my stock and then raising my stop up so I cannot lose money. I will never turn a winning trade into a losing trade. Everybody understand that? Give me 241s. When I'm in a winning trade and I've taken my first profit out of a trade, raise my stop order to break even, whether it's a stock or whether it's a future or whether it's an option. I will never turn a winning trade into losing trade. How many people in here have not taken a profit on a stock or a future and then watched it not only go down to where they bought it, but get stopped out of the trade? Give me some twos. Twos. We've all done it. It makes a gigantic difference on your P&L. Gigantic. We are not going to hit home runs on every trade that we do. As a matter of fact, I don't want to hit a home run. Okay? I want to hit singles and doubles my whole life. That's what I want to hit. You can call me a scalper. It's not a dirty word. I'm okay with that. We make a lot of money scalping. Okay? A lot of money scalping. How do you raise your stop to break even?
Good question.
By using a bracket order, John. If you're using bracket orders, and I recommend, and we teach you how to do this, by the way, okay? Using bracket orders on every trade that you do. It automatically sets your stop loss and your profit targets. So you can set one stop loss and 2 profit targets when you use a bracket order, right? Sometimes the market hits your stop in profits and then continues going in your direct. Cooley, it happens all the time. Happens every day to me. What Cooley's saying is, I might take some profit. Yes, it works for futures, Mike, 100%. Yes. I might take some profit in NVIDIA. It goes back down, gets me out break even, and then it turns around and goes up $2. I don't care. Next trade. There is always going to be another trade. And sometimes when I take my profit, it goes down to my break even. It goes down $2, and I made the right move, right? I made the right move. For beginning traders trading futures, I highly recommend the ES, Nick. And I'm going to talk about stops in that in a minute. Let me just get through a couple more rules, okay? That can happen too, Matt. You got to give these things enough room, and I'll talk about that in a couple minutes. Everybody be patient. We'll stay here as long as I have to get everything out that I need to get out. And Peter, okay? And it's a lot. So everybody just be patient, and we'll get to everyone's questions also. All right? Perfect. In the futures, guys and girls, we really have to be aware of the ATR, because sometimes the futures, in the ATR and the NQ, we could see it be 50, 60, or 70 points. When I see something like that in the NQs, and normally in the NQ, I will have a 20-point stop. That's just what you have to give this. It's extremely volatile. That means on one contract, I'm risking $400. That's my normal stop in the NQs. Okay? And I can tell you that if we're making money on 80% of our trades, it's okay to have a couple of losing trades once in a while. We're going to. It's going to happen. When I see an ATR in the futures, in the NQs that are 50 or 60 points, I will only look for a far from moving average trade, or look for one of my moving averages after it's moved 50 or 60 points. That's all the technical stuff that we get into in the course, and I'll talk a little bit more about later on. All right? If we look down here in the NQs, guys, one of the trades I look for, we call a far from moving average trade. When the relative strength, for those of you who don't know what relative strength is, it shows whether a stock or a future is overbought or oversold. Has it gone too far and is due for a bounce up? Has it gone too far up and due for a pullback down? Usually in NQs, when we get between a 30 and 20 RSI, we'll see this typical kind of bounce here. One of my favorite trades to look for. And it did it, after hours, it just did it. And it went from 202.76. You can see we went up 50 points from there. One of my favorite trades. All right, we're going to have a stop order in every single trade that we do. Don't change it unless you're raising it up to lock in a profit. Okay? I trade here and I prefer wait for the price to go to take my profit. I put my signal breaking much earlier. I drown my trade. Well, Nick, that's just probably something psychologically that's happened to you, right? Has anyone made money eventually after joining the masterclass? We have heard from 4 or 5 people, Damon, that have taken the course that said tonight that they're doing very, very well. So yes, people make money after buying the class. People make money in the private trading room also. 100%. Yes. All right, let me ask you this. We'll just do this real quick. How many people in the room that have taken the course have made money since they've taken the course? Give me some ones. And I know there's not a lot of people in here, but those of you who have taken the course and you're making a couple of banana skins, give us some ones.
There you go.
All right. So there's a bunch. Cool. All right. In the ESs, guys and girls, stop order 5 points. That's it. When I'm trading the ETR, the ESs, I have a 5-point stop. And I'll start taking profits once I make a 1.5 or 2 in the ESs. All right, so 5 points is my hard stop in the ESs. One contract, $250. Usually I'm doing 2 contracts every time I make a trade so that I can start scaling out of it. We'll talk about that later, Allie. We got a lot to get through before that. All right, so we're going to have a stop order in every single trade we do. Stocks, it's going to be based on the ATR, usually between 50 cents and $2 at most. Futures, NQs, 20-point max. Futures, ESs, 5-point max. That's what I'm setting my stops on those things. Always taking some profits right away and moving my stop loss up to break even. Next rule, guys and girls. Do not average into stocks. Peter said this before. The only way you can blow up a trading account is, one, not having a stop order and just watching. It's amazing, guys and girls. And give me a 1 if you agree with this. We'll sit in a losing trade and just watch it go down and down and down and down and down. And we'll get out of a winning trade way too quickly. Right? That's just our mindset.
Yeah, it's weird psychology.
It's just our mindset. We'll sit there and just say, when am I going to get out of this trade? It's just going, I've blown up my account. I got to do another eval, whatever it is. It's got to be the exact opposite. It's got to be the exact opposite.
People are afraid to acknowledge the loss and accept the loss. And you'll find, though, guys, eventually, as the loss is getting worse, it doesn't go away. You can't make this shit up. It's going to eventually hit you and smack you in the butt. So what David's strategy, it's a different psychology and mindset. Getting out of your losers quickly and stay in your winners long term. It's the reverse of what unsuccessful traders do. An unsuccessful trader will buy stock at $50, won't have a stop order. It'll go down to 49, 48, they'll buy more. 46, 44, they'll buy more. It goes to 42, they can't take the pain. They're throwing up on the street corner. They sell it and it goes up $10. A successful trader will buy stock at 50, have a stop order in at 49 and a half. If it goes against them, they're out of the stock. They lost a buck. It's all good. If it goes up, they start taking a profit. They use a trailing stop. David will talk about that. And they'll end up making money on the trade. Though they don't have anyone to blame for losing the money, they lost it if it stopped out. If they're up there and they're taking, also the rule that David's going to go to is taking a profit when you can, not when you have to. There are rules that are for successful traders. There are the same rules for unsuccessful traders. They're the exact opposite.
Yeah, exactly, John. This is a combine that I opened 2 days ago, and I used it on Top Step today. I'm up $1,300 in 2 days in this combine. I try to make a good day for me is between $300 and $500. That's a good day. That with the amount, I didn't trade more than 2 contracts. I don't think I'm allowed to trade more than 2 contracts, right? On the combines. So I never had more than 2 contracts, and we made $1,300 in 2 days. So $650 a day. And again, we're going to have losing trades, guys and girls. We're going to have losing days. It's going to happen. Everybody does, right? Everybody does. I love what John just said. I can sit comfortable with a winning trade. I feel like I can't sit comfortable with a winning trade. However, I can sit with a losing trade forever. Yeah, traders are more nervous when they're making money, and it should be the exact opposite. I'm getting in for a technical reason. I'm going to get out for a technical reason. 2 things are going to happen when we get into a trade, guys and girls. Either it's going to work or it's not. And you know what the truth is? I don't know which ones are going to work and which ones aren't. Nobody does. So I do every single trade that sets up for me based on my technicals. That way it gives me an advantage and it gives me an edge, statistical edge, because I've journaled every single trade I've ever done. I know I make more on more trades than I lose, and I know I manage the trades correctly when we get in there. All right, next rule. We're not going to have a stop order every single trade. We're never going to average into trades. All right. We have to know when to stop trading, both when we're losing money and when we're making money. And this is a big mistake that traders make. How many people in the room have been having a great day in the morning and gave it all away in the afternoon? Give me some ones.
So you're up $1,000 at noon. You decide to keep trading. That one thing you didn't even mention yet, David, is have a target amount of money that you want to make in your day.
I'm getting there.
Gotcha. Sorry.
I had a 500 profit and lost $1,000. Yeah. All right. So everybody, and I hate having goals, guys and girls. I don't even like having goals. How about this? I don't look at my P&L when I'm trading. What do you think of them apples, guys and girls? Why? Why do you have to look at your P&L? I have a plan on every trade that I get in. I know where I'm getting in. I know what my profit target are, and I know what my stop loss is. By staring at that P&L, you're certainly going to get out of your winning trades way too quickly. You're going to, right? It's all about the process, not about the money. Okay? And Nanda feels attacked because you're making all these mistakes, right? It's the process. It's not the money. Period. The money will take care of itself if we're doing the process correctly, right? 100%. Look, our day is broken up into 2 very distinct time frames, and everybody knows this. I start trading at 7 or 7:30 in the morning. If things are setting up, if they set up, fine. I can tell you that we are bored most of the time during the day, as good traders should be. Good traders should be bored most of the time. If you're trading 100 trades a day, chances are you're not doing very well. I will not push a button unless my chart tells me to push a button. I will not push a button. Yeah, exactly, Doug. You got to wait for the setups and wait for the really good setups, period. So I'll get to, again, guys, let me finish this, and then Matt's going to go over all the questions that you asked so far. Okay? Perfect. At 11 o'clock or 11:30, when the market significantly slowed down, and if I'm trading 2 contracts or 100 shares of stock, whatever it is, I know if I'm trading 2 contracts and I made $300 or $400, that is a good day for me. I am done trading for the day. I know if I'm trading stocks and I'm trading 100 share lots and I make $200, that is a good day for me. The easiest thing that we can do is up our size, guys and girls. Up our size. The easiest thing you can do is go from one contract to 2, from 2 to 4, from 4 to 10. Yes, your risk is going to be more, but your profits are going to be bigger. So once you have journaled all your trades and you know what your hit rate is, that's when you start increasing your size. So if I slide my P&L over at 11 o'clock and I've hit my goal, I am done. I love in the mornings when we're trading in a private trading room, and sometimes it's before pre-market. Sometimes it's after we catch one of these really good far from moving average trades and we make 30 or 40 points on it in the NQs. If we catch one of these really good ones. And then I hear people in the room and they private message me, Dave, I'm done for the day. Time is the most precious commodity in the world.
Yes, sir.
We are not getting it back. When we have a good day, get out of here. And the temptation is going to be, I made 500, I want to make 1,000. Right? I made 300, I want to make 500. Tomorrow is another day. Go do something else. If you are really, I don't want to say sick, because we're all sick for doing this anyway, but put a hard 20% stop in from your high in the P&L if you must trade, and I don't recommend it. So if you're up $500, you want to risk $100. If you lose that $100, be done for the day, and I do not recommend it. Period. I just don't. Go do something else. All right? And we also have to recognize on the other side of this when to stop when we're losing money. And I don't mean letting an account blow up. I can honestly tell you guys and girls, nobody who has ever traded with me that has traded stocks, I'll call it stocks, okay, has blown up a trading account by using our technical analysis. We will never have enough losing trades in a row for you to blow up a trading account. And we've had losing days. We've had consecutive losing days. But they're not taking a big chunk out of our account. If I have 3 maximum loss trades in one day, and it could be stocks, options, futures, I don't care what it is. So if I buy a stock, 100 shares, and I lose $100, I lost $100. If I do it again and I lose $100, I lost $100. If I do it again and lose $100, I'm done for the day. I lost $300. I'm done. It's just a bad day. It happens, especially in markets now, and especially with futures and stocks when things can move out of the blue. We just go down 200 points in the NQs, right? It happened today at one point. There it is. We went down 200 points, guys, at 9:30. 200 points, all right? We made money on this 200-point down move. How? By not buying anything until we got way oversold. We made money on this move, and we tried it twice. We did a far from moving average trade. We lost. We did a far from moving average trade. We make like 35 or 40 points on it, okay? But there are going to be days where things don't work, even using the best technicals in the world. I stopped trading because what we're going to do is what, guys and girls? What kind of trading are we going to do once we have a couple of losing trades? Someone give me the phrase. Give me the phrase. We are going to revenge trade.
There you go.
How
David,
many times has that ever worked out for anybody? How about 0?
it's like revenge dating. Revenge doesn't work either. Look at the graph that David has up. We will often talk about the day when GameStop went from 20 to 483 and back to 151. I was in the crowd trading it. It was the meme phenomenon. And I called David, and the stock was trading around 440. And I said to Dave, because I know Dave's the master technician, Dave, where do we buy GameStop here? And he said, Pete, I'm looking at my graph. The next place to buy GameStop is $151. And I said, Dave, it's trading at 440. You mean to tell me that there is no support between the stock just went from 20 to 483. And you mean to tell me there's no support from 440 down to 151? He said, there is not. Think about this graph that you have in front of you. There are going to be people who watch a stock go up, 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 and then they start to go down. And they're going to think, you know what, down 20, it's got to be a buy. Down 50, it's got to be a buy. Think of those people in GameStop who started buying it at 340, at 300, at 250. The stock did exactly what David said. It went from 440 to $150.25. It went down 300 points and broke the moving average by 75 cents. You remember what I'm saying? It went down over 300 points and only broke David's support by 75 cents, and it went up $37. So that's a perfect case scenario of where technical analysis works. FOMO, hype, hope, throwing a dart at a wall, listening to Uncle Herbie on the internet, those are not strategies that are sustainable. Just because we learned this also too. I got to short it here. It can't go any higher. Yes, it can. I've got to buy it here. It can't go any lower. Look, it's gone down 6 days in a row. It can do anything. We've seen over the last 5 years, a stock can do anything that anything can happen. We've never seen anything like this in David and my 40-year career. So you need guardrails in order to trade this market successfully. And those guardrails are technical analysis and stop orders. You need to have graphs tell you where to buy stock. You need to have the rules that David has laid out in his incredible strategy on where to buy them, how to protect your downside, how to take a profit. That's a psychology. How to take a profit. You watch people buy a stock at 50, it goes to 54. Some idiot on the internet's telling them it's going to the moon, right? You go to get a coffee, it's trading at 46, and now you've turned a winning trade into a losing trade. That's what we're trying to prevent for you all.
I'll show you.
We've made all the mistakes. We don't want you to make them.
I'll show you a stock that just did this, guys and girls. Check out this stock.
ASML?
No, drug. Check this stock out.
Oh, my God.
This is pretty incredible. This stock was $2. $2 2 days ago. $2. It made a high of $59. $2 2 days ago. Right? It made a high of $59. And I guarantee you more people lost money in this than made money. Yeah. I guarantee it. Because I guarantee people are stuck in this stock at 59, 58, 57, 50, whatever it is, and now it's trading at 28. And this morning it went to 25. It went down 40 points from the high. I don't know what it is. I will tell you these guys, unless you can get on these. Yeah, I was just going to say, Susan, God bless. Unless you get on these early and ride them out, these are not long-term investments. They're trades, period. They are trades, and that's all they are. But otherwise, stay away from them, right? Good question, Doug. I don't know whether it was a short squeeze or news. Who knows? Making money on drugs is illegal. No, it wasn't an IPO. It was a stock that was sitting at $1 for months, if not years. So who knows? Maybe it was roaring.
It got memified. That's all.
100%.
It got memified.
100%. All right, here's what I want to do at this point. Let's go back, Matt, and answer some questions that people had. Don't ask any new ones right now. No, before we do that, very simple, guys. Here's the rules. Okay? Have a stop order on every single trade that you do. Take profits on every trade that worked for you. Raise your stop so that you can't lose money. Do not average into trades. Ever, ever, ever. That's how you blow up your trading accounts. Know when to stop when you're making money. Know when to stop when you're losing money. All right, Matt, let's get to a few questions, please.
Okay, Midas. Do you use VWAP as support or resistance?
Only if it sets up for one of my trades. For those of you who don't know what VWAP is, I will show you. And yes, I can talk about averaging into a trade. Okay. VWAP is not something that we use very often. It's volume weighted average price. If it sets up for one of my trades, like something has moved far enough to get to that level, I will use it.
It used to be something very popular on Wall Street when David and I were doing institutional business. It's not very relevant at the moment.
Correct. 100%. Next one, Matt.
Don't you use support or resistance or Fibonacci levels for your stop losses?
No. Stop losses, I use the ATR, period. I use the ATR. In the ESs, 5 points. In the NQs, 20 points. In stocks, usually no more than $1. Yeah, I saw Dakota do that too, Jeff. It's dangerous. That's all I'm going to say. Okay? And think about it this way, Jeff. To do what he did, how much buying power did he have to use? How many contracts did he have to get into when it started going in his favor? Can most people afford to do that? That's the question, Jeff. And I don't know. I don't know, how many contracts he could buy, Well, that's what I'm saying. He could probably buy an unlimited amount of contracts, right? Yeah. So, look, I can tell you this right now, okay? If I have enough money in my account, I would have definitely made money on this Q on the way down when it did this. If you have enough buying power to stay in it when it's doing this, I would have made money. No doubt about it. Look, haven't there been times where he's lost 50 grand doing that? I've seen it.
Who are you talking?
So, All right, Matt, next question.
Okay. From Uta, which trading platforms do you use for stocks, options, and futures? And I guess also maybe you can answer about charting as well.
I use Top Step only for my futures. Okay, that's it. And I use Thinkorswim for charting only, and I use Interactive Brokers to
trade.
Actually put my trades in. Okay, thank you, Scott. Anything you see on these charts, guys, we walk you through exactly how to do in the course. These are custom codes that we've built, along with our watch lists and everything else. Custom codes, okay? What should your profit goal be for an account trading with $5,000? A cash account, Anthony? A futures account? What are we talking about? And again, I don't go by my account size. I go by each trade that I get in. So I have $27,000 in my account. I go by every trade that I get in. It has nothing to do with a percentage of how much money I get in there. Okay? Nothing to do with that. Arkella, it is much better to master one contract at a time when you start. 100%. Okay? Again, the ATR that we built on Thinkorswim is a custom code that we put in. If under 25,000, I love a cash account plus no PD. That is correct. We're going to talk about the classes in a couple of minutes, guys and girls. Okay? Does David still do mentoring and boot camp? Yes, Nanda. We're going to talk about that. Selena, I can't walk you through actually how to do it, but we do teach you how to do that right now. We do teach you. Matt, let's take a couple more questions, and then I want to get to some technical analysis for everybody. Okay?
Cooley asks, you always seem to be on the 5-minute time frame. Is that too zoomed in?
All right. I'm always on a 5-minute time frame. And who asked this, Matt?
Cooley.
All right. If I have support and resistance on my 5-minute time frame, I do not have to go any further. If I don't have support or resistance, in other words, if I have no moving averages, no pivot points, then I will start expanding my time frame. I'll go to a 15-minute chart. I'll go to a 30-minute chart. And I'll look see if I go to my 30-minute chart in the NQs, I have some resistance up at 203.70, which is up 46 points from here. I don't have that on my 5-minute chart. My only thing here is 37. So when I don't have support or resistance on a 5-minute chart, start expanding, okay? And once I got to my 30, I actually had a real nice resistance level. That's up 50 points from here. So that's when I start expanding, when I don't have anything on the 5-minute chart. It looks like ES bounced off the 200 on the 5-minute. It did. Check it out. Well, let's see if we would have got stopped out. So it hit it at 75. we would have had a 70 stop, right? So let's walk through this trade, Dan. Hit it at 75. Certainly didn't get stopped out. Okay. So let me take 2 points out of my first one at 77. Raise my stop up to break even, 75. Never went back down there. Here's my second resistance at 79. That's where I would have got out of the trade. So I would have taken 2 points and 4 points out of that trade. Live in real time. No stop out. Give me 2 points, raise to break even. Give me 4 points. All right. So if I had two contracts, I made $100 and $200. I just made $300 on that trade off of my 200 EMA. Is it a good idea to use Thinkorswim scanner to look for potential trades? And do you have any preferred technical analysis when reading the scanners? I typically don't use Thinkorswim. I have watch lists, and we do have scanners custom built. And Roman, my charts are way off. We got to fix this. I don't have the ATR. I don't have my scanners and watch lists. We have scanners and watch lists that we built into our charts, Alberto, that actually seek out the 5 different trading techniques that we do. We have it. What's your opinion on having an expert advisor, also known as automated trading? Great question. Has anyone in this room ever found anybody with an automated trading system that makes money? Give me some ones if you have. Anybody ever come across anyone with an automated trading system that makes money? So there's your answer to that. It does not exist. Period. Please. Think about this, guys and girls. If I have one, am I selling it to you for $49.99? I don't think so. I don't think so. Good question, my friend. Good question. All right. Next question I want to ask anybody. Boom, boom, boom. And again, guys, I might not be able to get to everybody. It's cool. We do this once a month. How many people in this room have paid for education? And type in the amount that you've paid to try to learn how to do this. 1,500, $150, 2,000, 5K, 0 for Dan, thousands, 25,000, 2K, 20,000 with losses, 2,500, $15,000, $10,000.
18,000.
Oh my God. Yowzy, yowzy, yowzy.
You will never, ever have to, after you buy our course, you will never, ever have to buy another course again.
Well, if you do, we'll give you your money back.
Yeah.
How about that?
There you
All right. So I want to talk about the course for a few minutes. Everybody hang out. Don't run away. We're gonna have a 10% off sale tonight, too, for the next 4 hours. All right? So this is our course, guys and girls. We charge $499 for our basic course. It is a one-time fee. You never have to pay us another dime. Oscar, we have 7 hours in options in our course. 7 hours in options. We have a 95-slide presentation on trading futures. I go over futures for 2 hours with a bunch of people who are in the room in the course. It's over 20 hours at this point. We have over 300 hours of archives in the course that you can go back and look at. We get together every Thursday night for a couple of hours, me and Pete, live in real time. Okay? Live in real time.
Yes, Hassan.
Every Thursday night.
Yep. Hassan, you can do that.
For 2 hours. Hassan bought the cast last month but didn't get a discount code. Roman, is that something we can do? We'll figure out how to do it, Hassan. I'll get the difference to you. Okay? Are the courses updated with new content? Every week, Vish. Every week. We recently added the 95 slide fast track futures presentation. Every week that we get together, we record those meetings, and they're in your archives. Yeah, we are. Look, the course set started out at like 5 hours with no archives. I think it's like 20 hours now with 500 hours of archives. Period. Money back guarantee. You'll never have to buy. You don't like it after 30 days, we give you money back. And there's payment plans available, guys and girls. If you're in the United States, I think you can do it for like $40 a month or $50 a month. In the $499 course, okay? I hear you, Nick. Look, if you can't do it exactly tonight, send Roman an email. We'll work something out, okay? We'll give everybody a few days, all right? If you can't do it tonight. In the $4.99 course, guys, it includes everything that I just talked about, the weekly mentorship, okay? And all the archives and everything else. The second level, guys, is $6.99. For $6.99, guys and girls, it includes everything we just talked about and a live 40-hour boot camp where I go over the entire course in real time. This will accelerate your learning process by about 50,000% for an extra $200. Okay? Anyone in the room that's taking a boot camp, make a comment about the boot camp. It will accelerate your learning process by 1,000,000,000%, guys and girls. All right? 1,000,000,000%. It includes everything else. It's an extra $200. You get the boot camp included with that. Roman's going to ping you right now. Please give us a minimum for a week. I got it. I bought 2. Yes, anyone who has purchased the tier 2 of the course, send Roman an email. Boot camp is definitely worth it. Real-time trading. Send Roman an email. Who was that? Let me see.
50,000%.
When Roman's going to post his email, send him an email, and he will send you a link for the boot camp. Boot camp is next week, guys and girls. But I want to say this, all right? You don't have to, that's perfect, Vish. You don't have to do this month's boot camp if you're a beginner. Don't do it. Get the course. Come for a month of Thursday nights. We do the boot camp once a month, usually the last week of the month, okay? So like Vish just said, if you're a beginner, go through the course as much as you can. Come to the Thursday night mentorship meetings. The best boot camp, chakalaka-laka. Come to the Thursday night mentorship meetings, and then you can do the next boot camp. So you can always sign up for tier 1 and then upgrade to tier 2 anytime you want. All right? So I suggest for beginning traders, sign up for tier 1, get a month under your belt, okay? Then you can always upgrade to tier 2. If you're ready for the boot camp, or you think it'll be ready by Monday, beautiful. Sign up for tier 2. The boot camp is Monday through Friday, 8:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time until whenever we finish.
And it is not recorded.
No, we don't record the boot camp. We have a lot of proprietary stuff that goes on in there, okay? Difference between tier 1 and tier 2, Mr. Henry, is the boot camp. Tier 2 gives you access in my private trading room to the 40-hour boot camp. It is just a tremendous experience. And the reason I charge $200, guys and girls, is because I give that to other people who help me in the room. I don't get any of that. We have Ken and Kevin. This is how the boot camp goes. Monday, we're going to talk about everything not to do, period, for the entire day. 6.5 hours, we talk about what not to do and how to set up bracket orders. Tuesday, we start to talk about technical analysis. We go over watch lists and scanners with Ken. Tuesday also, or Wednesday, we go over futures for a couple of hours with Kevin. Ken and Kevin are the 2 people who help me out in my room. Then we do swing trading, 7 hours of options trading, and Fibonacci's. So we do and this is all in the course, by the way, guys and girls, everything. But we do that all live in real time. It's just an incredible week. We're busy from the minute we walk in there to the minute we finish at the end of the day. I don't even tell people to trade during that week because we're learning. It's not about trading. It's about learning, right? So if anyone has any other questions about the course, pop them in here now. So the only difference, Henry, is tier 1 is your regular. Tier 2 includes the boot camp. What broker is trading on? Broker is whatever broker you're using. Matthew, that's what I said. This is lifetime mentorship. Yes. It includes the Thursday nights forever. Yes. Yeah, guys, we have tried to make this as affordable as possible with everybody while covering our costs, basically. That's what we're doing. To enroll, guys, you hit the enroll button. I'll show you where the payment plans are. This is the course for those of you who are still here. Language of the stock market, absolute beginners, money management, chart basics, our trading techniques, swing trading, options trading, and everything else we have added to this. Dave, I use the charts for scalping and they work well. Yeah, we're basically scalpers is what you can tell me, all right? Do you teach platforms and how to use them? Do you recommend I never use the trade? Yes, Michael. If you're going to be trading futures, we walk you through the Top Step trading platform and show you exactly how to use it. It's part of the course. If you're using Think or Swim, we walk you through exactly how to do it. Yes, 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 yes. Are you against holding the $4.99 price to this? That's up to Roman. Roman, can we hold the $4.99 until Sunday night? Yes, we can, David. Okay, we can hold it until Sunday night. Yes. All right, so let me show you. Once you sign up, guys, there is going to be a Zoom link for your Thursday night mentorship meetings. You can just click on that Thursday nights at 5 p.m. and be with us in the mentorship meetings. All right, let's go to checkout. And when we hit checkout, you will see your payment plans. Boom. And this is only for you if you're in the United States, guys and girls. $46 a month. We're not going to email you, Nick. If you want to sign up, this is where you do it. I don't use Wealth Charts, Madeline. I don't know whether they're good or not. $46 a month, guys and girls. All right. Yeah, interest-free payments of $124. So you can use any of these if you're in the United States. So think about it, guys. For $46 a month, you can get all this stuff. $46 a month. We can't make it any more affordable than that. I think it's a great deal. We give a money-back guarantee, guys and girls, too. Money-back guarantee.
So, wait, somebody's asking here, David. Someone asked, can you please give us the 5 rules of successful day trading?
I'll do it again. Here is your payment plan for Tier 2, guys and girls. Same thing. Check out Tier 2. Yeah, we'll hang out for a few more minutes, guys and girls. Yes,
I'm happy to give them the rules if you want.
Roman, is there a payment plan?
Yes.
I mean, is there a promo code? What are we using?
Yeah, save 10. If you click on
Save
add
10,
coupon
guys.
code, you could try it right now, David.
Yeah, let's see. Buy now.
Yep. No, higher. Right there.
Add
Yep.
coupon code.
Yep. Save 10. Apply.
Buy now.
To the right. No. Just to the there you go. Boom. And we got 2 hours left.
No, we're going to extend it till Sunday night.
All right. We'll extend it.
Yes. So there's your 10%, save 10 there.
Yeah, you can save 10. We have the promo code works in Canada, Babak. I just don't think that the payment plan works in Canada, Babak.
It might not.
That's right. It won't work in Canada.
But the discount works in Canada.
Yeah, just not the payment plan. All right, so here's your payment plan for the $6.99 one. $64 a month, guys.
And you
No,
still
guys and girls. The $4.99 and $6.99 does not include the live trading room. It includes it for a week when we do the boot camp. That's a completely different ball game that we can talk about if you want to stay in the room. But it includes the free week. The free week. Okay? And then you can talk about joining the private trading room. That's something else. I only have 50 people in the private trading room, guys and girls. It is extremely, extremely, extremely exclusive. But we can talk about it. But I wouldn't even want to talk about it with you until you finish the boot camp and go through it.
You have to finish the course. It's not for...
Dave, I paid for my boot camp with the profit from my second trade using one contract. Holy crap. Nice job, Iraq. Listen, guys and girls. I don't know the best way to put this. We're just not full of shit. We're trying to help as many people as we can. That's the bottom line. You can hear by how me and Peter talk about this that this is our love. I mean, I just love this, period. It's the only thing I've ever done. I love doing it every single day. And quite frankly, guys and girls, I like teaching more than I like trading. I really do. I trade with everybody live. We post every single trade live in real time. There is no after the fact trading. When you're in a boot camp, you're going to see every trade posted before we get in it, explaining why we're doing it, stop orders, profit targets, all that stuff. And I do it in a real trading account. So I have skin in the game on every single trade that I do. I don't believe someone can teach you unless they have skin in the game, right? It's like those who can't teach, teach Jim.
Go in.
Those who can't teach, teach Jim. Well, I'm trading every single trade along with you guys. You can always upgrade the boot camp at any time, guys and girls. Okay? Are you able to offer the first video from the course for free for us to view a glimpse of how the course works? We kind of did that tonight for an hour and a half, Davey.
Yeah,
I kind of gave you a glimpse of everything that's in the course. How often do you do trades? Only Thursdays? No, we trade every single day, Matthew. Every single day. Thursday nights, we just have the mentorship with everybody where we get together, talk about any problems that you have, and go over trades that we've done and take questions from everybody. Yeah.
Basically, Dave, guys, listen. Hold on a second.
Hold on, one more, Pete. I got one more. I really want to learn properly. Do you teach it like I'm a kindergartner? Yes, we do. We do. That's how the course is set up. It's set up like a kindergartner. Vish, we have a journal in the course that walks you through exactly how to do journaling. I don't think there's anything we don't have in the course. I think we're going to add cooking next week. We're going to start putting some cooking recipes in there.
God,
All right. I'm going to let Pete talk for a couple minutes. If anyone has any other questions about the course, pop them in there. Okay? This was an absolute pleasure. Do we cover a few? Yes, Sharon. We have a 95 slide presentation on futures in the first. Guys, everything is included in the first tier 1. Everything. The only difference between 1 and 2 is the boot camp. Sharon, we have a 95 slide presentation called Futures Fast Track that is in the course. It is spectacular. It talks about how to set up your accounts. It talks about the stop orders that we use. It talks about profit targets. It talks about bracket orders on Top Step, Ninja. It walks you through the entire thing. Is there video with these slides in the course? Yes, everything in the course has a corresponding video that goes with us. Yes, yes, yes.
Dave?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, guys.
You can use TradingView for technical analysis. Yes, Fabian. It pretty much matches up with everything we do except for pivot points. They don't have that set up yet. Will you email us the link for the locked-in price? You got the locked-in price until Sunday night.
Yeah, that's it.
How do you get to the boot camp once paid up? You send Roman an email. Roman, pop it up there, and he will send you a link on Sunday night, Wayne. Okay? If you signed up for the boot camp, send Roman an email on Sunday night, and he'll tell you how to get in there.
Yes, Natasha, yes. If you bought the first course, you can pay the extra $200 to get the boot camp.
100%. 100%.
All right, let me grab it, Davey.
Yeah, you're going. I'm getting out of here. Guys, it was my pleasure to be here with everybody all night. Guys, sign up for the course or not. Take everything that we talked to you about tonight. Take it to heart. Put that stuff into practice, at least the rules that we talked about, right? Put that stuff into practice. Get as much as you possibly can out of what we talked about tonight, okay? Mega, mega, mega important. Take all that stuff with you, right? I just want to show one trade before I go. We're down 40 points now from our 65 EMA and the ESs. Woohoo! All right, guys and girls. Matt, love you. Roman, love you. Pete, love you. Yes, Rajim, I'll see you at my traders in the room tomorrow. Tomorrow's only Thursday. We got Netflix earnings tomorrow night. Thank everybody for joining us tonight. Let's hope today is the worst trading day we ever have, and tomorrow is a better day. I say peace and love, peace and love, peace and love. Green Jeans is out of here like Vladimir. Take it away, Mr. Peter Tuchman.
Thanks,
Peter will
buddy.
probably talk to you guys for another 2 hours. So
No, not tonight. I'm pretty bushed. So listen, guys and girls, I think we've laid out exactly. Look, the bottom line is Dave and I have put together a course that basically covers everything: the psychology of trading, technical analysis, risk management, money management, trade management. We have a guy who will actually help you set up your charts with you. So this is a VIP concierge service for anybody who's interested in learning how to day trade the market. It's the bottom line. It's $499, 21 videos, 21 hours plus 400 hours of archival content. plus coaching and mentoring for life. Money back guarantee. And I mean, there's not that much more we can say. Then for $6.99, you get the whole course, 21 videos, coaching and mentoring, 400 hours of archival content, plus coaching and mentoring on Thursday nights, and a full week with David Green in a private trading room. It's a money back guarantee. There is a payment plan. It's all there. If you are at all interested, if you're on this call, it must mean you're out there trying to trade the market and you're not doing it successfully. We don't have the Holy Grail, but we've got a really great strategy and a really great plan to try and help you become a successful trader. Technical analysis are the keys to the castle to learn how to be a successful trader. Dave laid it out. When you get into a trade, have a plan. When you get into a trade, have a stop order. When you get into a trade, know when to take a profit and move your stop up to break even or higher so you can lock in break even or lock in a profit. If you're having a bad day, 3 losing trades, turn the machine off. Never turn a winning trade into a losing trade. Never turn a winning day into a losing day. Those simple 5 rules right there. Have a plan when you get into it. Why am I buying or shorting this stock? And have a plan. How much money do I want to make? $500 a day. When I hit my limit, I turn the machine off. These simple rules that David just laid out to you, if you use them, not half the time, not a quarter of the time, all the time, have a stop order on every trade. If you follow David's rules that I just laid out to you, you will be a 50% better trader. You can leave and not buy the course. We wish you the best because don't hate, it's a beautiful thing. But if you want more than what we just laid out there, you've got the course, the $4.99, the $6.99. It is so in-depth and laid out so beautifully. The archives, 400 hours, that's every Q&A we've had for the last 4 years is in there, sorted by subject matter. The amount of content and information in our course is extraordinary. If you are on this call and have any interest in becoming a successful trader, you're in the right place. This is affordable, accessible, it's fun. There's coaching and mentoring. There's nothing more we can do except sing and dance and make you some friggin' pancakes. It's the bottom line. It's everything you could ever want if you want to become a trader. Money back guarantee, payment plan, archives, the course, it's a beautiful thing. And then we coach and mentor you. So anyway, I don't need to sell this anymore. It's me and David Green. David's the best teacher in the space. I'm sure he could motivate a friggin' dead person. So if you're anything short of just above dead and you want to learn how to trade, come and join us. We'd love you to all be with us. It's affordable, accessible, and fun. And that's all I got. We had Dan Ives here tonight. You realize that Dan Ives is truly the #1 tech analyst in the world. He spent a half hour with us giving us the jewels of what he gives to his high-paying institutional customers at Wedbush. He doesn't just sit out there. He's not like some schnutz on the street. Dan he is the advisor to some of the highest wealth people in the world. And he got to spend a half an hour with us because he knows me and David and because he wanted to share some of his experience with us. So guys, we're giving you it all on a friggin' silver platter with a concierge friggin' service. This is caviar on toast in the back of a limousine from the trading perspective. We hope you join us. If you don't, have a great night. We hope you enjoyed it. I hope it was entertaining. If you do join us soon because it is a discount. Join us now because every day that you trade this market and lose is a losing day. Every day you trade with us, there is a possibility you may become a successful trader, make a little disposable income, have a couple shekels in the bank, and have a really fun life. We don't have other language courses yet. I'm sorry, my dear. We were thinking about it too. We haven't done it yet, but I'm sure there's some app that you can punch our course into and it could translate it for you. Okay, so we've got stocks, we've got futures, we've got options. Okay, we've got it all. We don't do Forex, but anything you can put a chart to works with David's strategy. Anyway, I love you too, Sharon. It's really a pleasure to be here with you all. If you enjoyed it, I wish you the best. If you want to stay with us, please join us. There's nothing on the street that's more affordable and more in-depth than me and David. Nobody out there coaches and mentors any students. That shit is insane. The amount of time and effort and seriousness at which David and I take this and all of your well-being is unbelievable. I love to see you on TV. Thank you, B. It's a pleasure. I'm doing a lot of TV, but I do everything I do because we love what we do. We love to see you all become successful. Dave and I could be sitting on a friggin' beach drinking Coca Locos. We don't need to do this, but we love finding people who are loving what we do, but are not successful at it, and making them enjoy the game and make some money. Anyway, meeting tomorrow. If you buy the course now, you'll be with us tomorrow night. Think how crazy that is. And if you buy the course now, you can meet me outside the New York Stock Exchange and we can take pictures and have some fun. I don't know what more I can say. Anyway, I love you all. Robinhood may be approving futures trading. We'll be in. Okay, wow, that'd be heavy. Okay, anyway, guys, we got work to do. It's time to get out there and make some money. I want everybody who's on this call to go out and buy the course, because it's the right thing to do if you want to become a day trader. There is no point to have come and visited with us, understand what we're willing to offer you, and then not take the opportunity. This is an opportunity. It's like a bowl of soup at Mendy's. Anyway, I love you all, guys. Have a really great night. I wish you all the best. Still 120 people here. Is there anything that you would like to ask me? You got 5 minutes to ask me questions. 117 people. Hey, ask me. God bless you, Mike. Anybody, shoot me a question. I'll happily answer it. How much is the private trading room? It's not available right now, Roger. You buy the course, you buy the boot camp. David will talk to you about the private trading room. What broker platforms? How can I have similar hair than you? There's no way on earth anybody can have hair like me. I'm sorry. Roger, it's my pleasure. This hair is proprietary. This hair comes from trading the market for 137 years. Any other questions? I don't give you stock picks. All I can say to you is, if you come and join us and trade with us and let David and I coach and mentor you and come into the boot camp and let us show you the course price and information. Holly, the main course, 21 videos, 21 hours, 400 hours of archives is $499 payment plan and money back guarantee. The boot camp, which includes the same coaching and mentoring as the course, plus a full week, 40 hours with David Green live, learning the course in real time, is $699. Also payment plan, also money back guarantee. What does it say? If I buy the tier 1, do we pay the difference once I upgrade? Yes. Vivian, if you buy tier 1 and you like it and you want to do the boot camp, you pay the difference of $200 whenever you're ready, and you can go to the boot camp. What other questions you got? Bring them on, guys. What do you think of the other people that sell courses similar to yours? There is no course similar to mine, David. Trust me, there's nobody out there doing what we do. First of all, nobody is trading on the floor like me. I'm the only person on the floor actually skinning the game, trading the market, and has a course. Nobody out there has the experience of market mayor like David Green. No one out there is coaching and mentoring people. No one else has any of the things that we offer. There are a bunch of schnooks out there on the internet who learned how to trade, who think that they have experience and know how to teach. They don't. So don't even ask me any silly questions like that, Dave. I love you. The boot camp starts next week. We have the boot camp every month, usually the last week of the month. You need to have studied the course before you hop into the boot camp, or you won't get everything out of it. Where do you go to pay? Glenn. Hey, Roman, are you still here? So, Glenn, go to WSGTA.com. Are you with me, Glenn? Go to WSGTA.com. Okay. Go to WSGTA.com. Go to the website, or if you're with me, Glenn, and you follow me on Instagram, go to my link tree. All you have to do is hit the website and then go to the course, and all you do is pay. Roman, take this poor man through the thing. I do follow you, so go to my Instagram page, Glenn. Go to the link tree, hit the website. In the back, it'll say the course, and then just hit buy. Buy the course, buy the boot camp, buy both. And by tomorrow, you'll be with us ready to rock and roll. Not really a stocks question, but what's the question? How do I make my chicken cutlets? What do you want to know? Not a stock question, but what's the best way to get into work? I'm sorry, Yair. Right now, there's not a lot of work as a trader on the floor of the exchange. There are a lot of jobs at the NYSE, and there are a lot of jobs at ICE, but not on the trading floor. On the trading floor, you need a broker firm to sponsor you, and there's just not that many of them doing it. I'm a current finance student whose goal is to work there one day. I wish you the best. Reach out to me privately. If you apply, Yair, if you apply for a job at the NYSE and you get to know me a little bit and I know how you are, I will happily write a letter to the human resource person. If I understand who you are, I'm not going to do it for just anybody. But if you get to know me and I can help you out to get the job, I will happily do that for you. Any other questions? Johan, I applied tomorrow. Okay. Hey, guys, go out and buy the course. Everybody, go buy the boot camp. Okay. That's the bottom line. If you buy the course and the boot camp now, you will be with me and David tomorrow night on our coaching and mentoring session. Guys, it's just so out. It's the greatest deal in town. The course focuses on trading stocks, Nahal, but it also now we are 70% futures. We have partnered with TopStep. TopStep is a fully funded trader futures trading platform where for $50 or $100 you can start trading the markets live. That's unbelievable. All the barriers to entry are down. If you don't have $25,000 to open up a trading account, this is what I suggest, Nahal. Go open up an account at TopStep. You can also do that through the link in my bio. And then you buy our course. You've got a platform to trade and you've got the course to learn. And you are green. You are in the shade, baby. There's not much more you can do. It's a beautiful thing. Is it difficult to learn the platform, Michael? It's not difficult, no. But look, don't think that we're not throwing money at you. And this is not this. You get out of it what you put into it. Look, we know that it takes at least 10,000 hours to get good at something. The learning curve is 3 to 6 months to become a good trader. The great thing about TopStep is you don't have to lose money while learning how to trade. My suggestion to everybody who's still here, go to TopStep. There's a link in my bio and buy that for $50. Then go out and buy Wall Street Global Trading Academy for $4.99 or $6.99 and join us, and we'll see you tomorrow night. Anyway, guys, it's 9:44. I'm burnt. I'm done. I love you. If you have any more questions, reach out to us. But I think we've laid it out here, and we're making it affordable, accessible, and fun. Ken is the guy. Kevin is the guy. Dave's the guy. I'm the guy. The course is available. It's cheap. It's accessible, affordable, and fun. Come and join us. I love you all. If you buy the course tonight and you DM me, you can meet me outside the stock exchange. We can take some pictures and do a fucking dance. Have a great night, everyone. I'm out of here, like Vladimir also. See you later, guys.